Today's video, we're going to be looking at why do passionate VTubers feel like quitting. The reason why I'm taking a look at it is overall, this post. If my post struck too much of a chord with you, that definitely means you should be taking a break, as I said just in the last point. Recalibrate, reflect on why you're VTubing. Decide the best course of action for you once you're calmer and understand yourself better. Look into your post, seems pretty right, okay. As we take a look at the quote retweets, about that. Most of it seems to have different points of views. And a lot of people I've read in the comments don't really seem to agree with her advice. So we're going to take a look at ourselves as we browse through. Why do passionate VTubers feel like quitting? Okay, as you can see, she's stating it as a pep talk. So besides the fact, let's begin. I'm not good at it. If you care about being good at it, how is quitting going to help you get better? Search for tutorials and upgrade yourself. Which at this point I overall agree with. I mean, part of just content creation in general, especially in VTubing, is gotta have some pretty good visuals. Like at least up to 1080p. 720 is kind of starting to get outdated because it's still very pixely, at least for me. So yeah, I think this is the only point I think I would fully agree with. Like, find a way to have yourself stand out from everybody else is what I would take from it, or just what advice I would give. Now, overall, I think a lot of people I met have a lot of just issues with this second point. I even have my points as well. I think a lot of people are just upset with how this comes off as more so condescending, but I'm going to give like further thoughts in this. I'm going to quote retweet as well, more so on this point, but I'm going to use this video to further expand. Bad experience with other VTubers. Sorry, hun, but every community has its bad eggs. Quitting won't solve this. If you care about VTubing, you can always make new friends. The VTubing community is huge. Yes, it is true. Every community has its bad eggs. However, a big difference is with the VTubing community, a lot of people are on a high horse and moral grandstand with almost anything. Just look at how many people are attacking Scarlet just for supporting Starbucks. Come to find out that those people who usually do that are kind of doing heinous shit behind the scenes themselves. Like literally every day, somebody's getting exposed for doing this exact shit. With the way you're wording it, yeah, it does come off a little condescending, but however, it kind of feels like you're just kind of downplaying people's issues or experience with other VTubers. Like, this community has some shitty people. You have people that'll do anything to climb up high, gain social like popularity, etc. Just that sort of shit. I've tried everything and nothing's working. Come on, dude, have you definitely tried everything? Have you really accomplished nothing? Some distance might be good for you. Take a break and come back with a clearer mind. Okay, at its core, yes, you should be taking breaks from this content creation. Just reflect and figure out what you can do better. The reality of the situation is VTubing caters to a very specific audience, more so idol and anime fans, especially idol fans. Just look at companies like Hololive and to an extent Niji, even though they're kind of under fire right now and I don't see them coming back from it. That's the overall like big picture. I don't think anybody's like talking about. This is kind of like just general for content creation, but specifically VTubing, it's not for everybody. So my best advice was build your own audience of people you want to like interact with. Now, remember this post. Remember this post in mind as we take a look at the quote retweets people are saying about this. Because I've seen some people have their own thoughts. And honestly, the way she worded this, it kind of seems like she's downplaying. So let's take a look. While this was posted with the intention of being a pep talk, at its core, it's toxic positivity. Sometimes one of the best things you can do for yourself is to step back from something that you recognize is bad for your mental health. Making that choice does not make you a failure. Content creation can be incredibly demanding. It should be an experience that you enjoy. At the end of the day, content creation is not for everyone. There should be no shame in that, which overall should be the response in general. I completely agree with this. I watch people in this space destroying themselves because overall they've had bad experience VTubing. but they're afraid taking a step back or quitting will make them a failure. Applying to anyone thinking of quitting is just a self-pitying fun, just contribute to these feelings of shame, and it's harmful. Which yeah, toxic positivity, yeah, it's very like harmful. And the way she's wearing it just seems like the very generic cookie cutter response a lot of people in this community like to give. As an update, to be very clear, this post was not made as a personal attack. It was made to critique the post, which I believe is sending a harmful message, even if it's unintentionally. Yeah. I did not critique this because I think helping other VTubers is bad, or because I hate teachers. To use those statements as an excuse to dismiss my point is whack. Which, yeah, I think like that's not right. Like, it's okay to critique. Like, it's a public post. Like, if you make something for the public, then of course you're gonna be criticized for it. Which hopefully, I hope this person understands. As somebody with 3K or followers, I almost said subscribers. Yeah, keep this in mind. I will emphasize her quote retweet on this as we browse through certain points that caught my interest. Let's open a new tab. While there is some wisdom here, I don't think everyone can benefit from this approach. As someone that has wanted to quit almost every day since September 2021, I'm running on pure spite and passion. I strongly urge anyone that is struggling with these sort of feelings to take some time to reflect. Talk with a friend or counselor. Consider your goals, priorities, and weigh your options. I can't English. I take stock of my sunken cost, trauma, and desire to create and express myself every day. The pros outweigh the cons, especially when I think of the people in my community. I fully expect the priority will take precedence someday, and it will be my time to graduate. Till then, I'll have fun and continue my journey of healing, learning, and creating. If you read this far, you aren't a quitter. You are capable of more than you know. Deep down, you know what is best for you. Walk your journey with grace and passion. Which, yeah, okay. Like, she's right. A lot of people can't really benefit from this approach. Like, the real world doesn't treat people equally, and that's unfortunately the case with this community, especially. As I said before, this community caters to more so idol fans. If I'm being perfectly honest. Let's not try and like sugarcoat it at all. I'm a full-time content creator. Half of my work is consolation and education. It's more important to address the whys behind all these points when helping people. This kind of just feels like get good, which literally is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, reading through it just feels like skill issue. Get good. What else do you say? Consult. Oh yes, this especially. We read this person's post earlier. It's not actually how you help. Like, you don't really go into whys. You just said, well, do something better, find more people. When you're not tackling the core issue with VTubing in general, which I don't think anybody is. I'm trying my best to as well, but I don't think I'm doing so either. I'm just giving my point of view on things. Your pep talk sounds like my Eastern European parents talking to me about improving my grades, saying you're doing it wrong. Calling it self-pitying doesn't help. It mainly just makes demoralized people with poor mental health spiral further. Which, yeah, another thing as well. There's a lot of like mental health talk in this community. Take care of yourselves. I'm trying my best to do so as well. Hence why you rarely see uploads, and the fact that life happens. We haven't checked her post. Which I don't think majority of it is self-pitying. Like, a lot of people, yes, somewhat, when people compare themselves to other creators, which don't do that. Just do it. Also, just say fucking do whatever. Like, if you do that, then it's a little better for you in the long run. As someone who does try to give advice and help others, I feel like the response could have been worded with a bit of compassion, not the aggressive, just get good, do better feel to them. I'm not good at it. You don't have to be. A lot of times we are our biggest enemies. You may be doing really well, but you got it. It may seem bad. Take a step back and try to see yourself from another standpoint. Which, you are your biggest critic. That's one thing in life you're going to learn the older you get. Bad experience with other VTubers. This one does impact a lot, especially if those people are in a lot of the same circles. It can be absolutely draining. Mute, block, remove, out of sight, out of mind. Most of the times helps this. Don't forget there are lots of people that do love you for you, and ones who don't matter. Which they really don't. There's a lot of like behind the scenes work. That's like a big problem with this community. Like you don't see it publicly on Twitter. You're gonna see like in private DMs or like private like group chats. There's some people that'll plan some behind the scenes shit just because they don't like a certain creator, which is a lot for this community. But again, the VTuber community is on a high horse about positivity, good vibes only type of stuff. I tried everything and nothing's working. I feel this in my soul. Content creation as a whole is so hard. When it feels like you've tried everything, it can be so defeating. There are always new things to try. And that's the route you want to go. A good recalibration or try new things often helps. All in all, breaks are so important. If you want to quit, you are valid. No one can determine what's best for you except yourself. What I tell myself is that I want something really bad, I won't give up, or I'll try new ways to achieve the goals I strive for. But even I need breaks. Sometimes and contemplate quitting is normal. I cannot fucking English. Okay. Which overall, like a lot of people are literally saying like the same or very similar points. I don't understand how this comes off as like striking a chord. It kind of seems like she made this post as like damage control or like a way to downplay people's opinions, because there's clearly some flaws in this. Like she's saying like very general points, but there's a lot of issues with the VTubing community, which I want to say again, she's not exactly wrong, but her post here kind of feels like she's downplaying people who have legitimate concerns or responses to the point she gives, because they're very cookie cutter, like generic responses I've seen a lot in this community. I'd like to add on to my previous point regarding to the VTuber community catering towards mostly anime and idol fans. I would like to add like you have to actually make content as well. Like most people who just post all day, like a lot of audiences or just like viewers aren't looking for just people who post to Twitter daily. Like they would like to see at least uploading a video. Like you don't have to stream every day, but at least like uploading something, like whether it be YouTube, a TikTok, not even a full YouTube video, or at the very least, like if you're tweeting, like posting art or some shit. Like if somebody's just giving takes on Twitter all day, then a lot of audience aren't gonna be attracted to that, like because they use the internet as a way to escape from reality. And that was Why People Quit VTubing, or Reasons Why, by Miss Piper. I know my thoughts are a little bit scrambled, but I want to believe I gave my at least general opinion on things. I saw this post and this is part of the reason why I made it. And another one is like kind of tired of the cookie cutter responses people are giving this community. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring regarding that. Again, this is not my usual content. Occasionally I'll make these type of response videos if I have something to overall say. So if you're new here or coming here, please sub or save for my normal content. I know I've been overall busy, but yeah, I'm focusing more on uploading. Again, take care guys. I will see everybody a little bit later. Makone.